Actually, since we're going to start with the 46th rule, there is a bit that I haven't gone through from Al-Imam ibn Uthaymin from last time. الإمام ابن عثيمين said فالواجب على المسلمين إذا رأوا تصدعا بينهم ولا سيما بين علمائهم أن يقوموا بالإصلاح ورأب الصدع وجمع الكلمة حتى يكون الناس أمة واحدة كما قال الله تعالى إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة. سورة الأنبياء آية 92. الإمام ابن عثيمين رحمه الله تعالى said what is mandatory upon the Muslims that when they see separation between them, especially between their ulama, that what they do is they rectify and they mend the separation that happened, and to unite with one another, to unite them, يعني جمع الكلمة, to unite them. حتى يكون, so that people would be one ummah, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, surely this ummah is one ummah. وأنتم أيها الشباب, or you youngsters, عليكم إذا رأيتم مثل هؤلاء المفسدين أن تحذروا الناس منهم. When you see these corruptors, it is upon you to warn people against them. ومن طريقهم, and from their way. وتبين أن هؤلاء من أشد الناس ضررا, and to show that these are from the most people that cause harm. ليس على الشخص الذي يهاجمونه فحسب, not for that one person that they attack only, ولكن على المسلمين وعلى الإسلام. However, upon Muslims and Islam. أما هم فقد ضل سعيهم وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا والعياذ بالله. As for them, then their striving has deviated while they think that they do what they are doing goodness, and we seek refuge by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فالواجب علينا أن نصلح ما استطعنا. So what is mandatory upon us is to mend as much as we can. ومع ذلك فإنه يجب علينا أن نقول كلمة الحق. It is, and with that, it is mandatory upon us to say the word of truth. And we can show the word of truth by saying the truth without having to take a stab against a certain individual. فلا يلزم أن نطعن في شخص. It is not binding that we take a stab against a certain person. In fact, a person might say the truth. In fact, if the person says the truth and clarifies it with its evidence, textual evidence as well as logical one, people know that the falsehood of its opposite. Yani when you know the truth, you know the falsehood. You know that the opposite of the truth is falsehood. وبقية الأمور ليس فيها تحزب وليس فيها تكتل. And matters remain without sectarianism. Without sectarianism and fanaticism. وليس فيها أنت مع فلان وأنا مع فلان. In it there is no that you're with this person and I'm with this person. As is the case in some of the countries, the Shaykh says, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for safeguarding and afiyah. And for safeguarding and deliverance. طيب. We ended last class by talking about this very important subject. And we can very easily say this person and this group of people and these people, and we start naming them. But we will say what we will do is what Imam ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala said. And I want to show you by doing so, and by doing what the Imam just said, I want to show you the meaning and the outcome of what the Shaykh is teaching. The moment I start pointing fingers, I say in this country there is this group, and in that country there is this group, and there's this individual in this country or that city or this whatever it is, and there's this channel, and I start naming them. What happens? The Shaykh mentioned this. He said in order to stay away from this, that people don't become, there is no fanaticism now for people, and there is no sectarianism and biasness for people. I think in English they call it hooliganism or something like that. That they are, maybe if I'm not mistaken, that they are for a certain soccer team or another soccer team. They are خلاص, they're fanatics for them. That's it. He's a so-and-so fanatic. So, isn't that what happens? Yes, this is what happens. And then they will fight. And then they will fight. La, I am with AbdulAziz. No, I am with those people. Now I am against AbdulAziz. Now people are not talking about the deen of Allah. Now it's about AbdulAziz and those that are against AbdulAziz. And remember what I taught you, and this is a qaida, by the way, ya akhwan. If somebody, for example, you take from me, I give you an example, you take from me, and somebody doesn't take from me, warns against me, doesn't mean he exited Salafiyya because he's warning against me. A person that understands this type of understanding is way off. And يعني, it is clear as the sun that he doesn't have knowledge in this field whatsoever. And then you reply to him, but Sheikh so-and-so allowed him, and Sheikh so-and-so said seek knowledge upon AbdulAziz, and Sheikh so-and-so said that you are a sinner if you don't answer publicly and teach well, and so what? Doesn't take him outside of Salafiyya. Even if there is a alim that complimented an Ustadh or said take knowledge from him and so on. So what? The alim could be wrong even. The alim could be wrong, or he didn't know the reality. And maybe this brother is right. I'm giving you an example. Ya ikhwa, following a Salaf al-Salih is not about individuals at this day and age. And this type of sectarianism is not allowed. Therefore, I remember once something happened, and there were people lying immensely about me. Immensely, in a way that I was in total shock. Immensely spreading lies about me. Things that I would read myself, and I would say, يعني, talking about me, and I would say, this guy is a mubtadi'. I'm making tabdi' of myself based on the message that I read. I myself am making tabdi' on myself from the message that I read. Ajib. It has nothing to do with me. But subhanAllah, AbdulAziz this, and he said this, and you know what Sheikh Muhammad Hisham told me? He said, tell your students not to defend you. Tell them. Tell them not to defend you. طيب خلاص. Why? To stay away from the sectarianism that happens now. People will become groups. A group with AbdulAziz. Who's AbdulAziz? You want to become a group? Be the group that is upon the Quran and the Sunnah. Who's AbdulAziz, and who is this, and who is that, and who's, wallahi, if it was even a alim. So, even a alim, ya akhwa, it's the same thing. There is no tahazzub upon a certain alim, even if, from the biggest of the ulama. And this is different than the issue than testing with the aqidah of a person. And if the aqidah of Imam Ahmad, and he's Imam Ahmad, people would test with the aqidah of Imam Ahmad, not because of the person of Imam Ahmad, and they're making it personal. And now whatever his ijtihad is, we're going to make wala and bara based upon it. So if Imam Ahmad says that this narrator of the hadith is weak, or he is this Jahmi, or so on, and somebody disagrees with him, we have to cut off this person that disagrees with him. This is not how it is. This is not how the issue is. And you'll find that and when you study in the book of the Rijal. Therefore, this is sectarianism, and it is not allowed. And sectarianism is a bid'ah in Islam in the first place. Sectarianism is not allowed. You take the saying of anybody, anyone, and you تعرضها على القرآن والسنة, and you see it in accordance with the Quran and the Sunnah. If it goes according to the Quran and the Sunnah with the understanding of Salaf al-Salih, ya marhaba, we welcome it with open arms and we follow it. If it goes against it, no. Even if it's a alim, we preserve his makana, we preserve his high status and his knowledge and his virtue, but we do not follow. And we show what the truth is, and we show what the mistake is, and we do not attack this alim that is upon the way of Salaf al-Salih. See how beautiful this is? See how beautiful this is? It's as simple as that. This is how this field is like this. Like, what about those that are doing what the Imam is saying? And there are many nowadays that do like this, that do this, and you will see that they attract a lot of youngsters and a lot of people that don't study. They attract them so much. This is attractive for them because it has become their entertainment, isn't it? This is a form of entertainment now. This is a replacement for movies and all of this type of stuff. It is entertainment for them. Oh, this guy said about this guy and that guy, and stay away. Didn't you know, akhi? Didn't you? Ya akhi, go learn your deen. You're not. Don't indulge in these matters when you are just, when you're not even a student of knowledge or haven't even started studying. Don't tackle these matters because these matters are difficult for you and you might bring a lot of chaos and harm. Now, Imam bin Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala has used language that is a lot harsher than what I'm using. And he's saying, rahimahullah rahmatan wasi'ah, to warn against these people. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm obeying what the Shaykh is saying. Ya ikhwa, I'm not going to name, in obedience to the instructions of Imam ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala, because we want to know the knowledge itself. It's not about the individuals. And when you see it is just somebody keeps asking only about individuals, he didn't understand the matters. So for him, because he doesn't understand, he just wants names. He doesn't know, and he's going to get confused more and more. So get him out of such an area. And you can explain to him, if it's a person of bid'ah, you can explain to him, wallah, he violates in the names and attributes of Allah, and he violates in the wala and bara, and he says against the hadith, so on. So you can show, khalas. And don't indulge in these matters. Khalas, stick to those that are trustworthy, like bin Baz bin Uthaymin. But Imam bin Uthaymin says, warn against these people. And we are warning against these people, ya ikhwa. Stay away from these individuals that have caused so much harm and sectarianism within Islam by the name of Salafiyya, and Salafiyya is free from all their bid'ah of sectarianism and so on. And association and disassociation based on individuals and based on groups and based on false meanings, based on a way that is not the way of the Salaf al-Salih. And add on top of it association and disassociation upon that. Yeah, their way is not the way of Salaf al-Salih, and then associating and disassociating upon their way, which is not the way of the Salaf al-Salih. And association and disassociation is not upon ways. It's upon the Quran and the Sunnah with the understanding of Salaf al-Salih. That's it. Quran and Sunnah. It's about textual evidence. And of course, you're not going to understand it in the understanding of the people of Bid'ah. You'll understand it on the understanding of Salaf al-Salih. So stay away from these individuals that are trying to hijack your religion from you and hijack you from seeking beneficial knowledge. And they have nothing other than what? Than going to trustworthy people of ilm, trustworthy scholars, ulama, kibar, and trustworthy mashayikh, sheikhs of knowledge, and trustworthy ustadhs that are senior students for some of these ulama, and it is out of their humbleness they say that they are ustadhs, while mashayikh themselves, they call them sheikh so and so, and sheikh so and so. And they trying to make them fall down, even in your da'wah, whether in an English da'wah scene or another da'wah scene. And I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about others. So that you don't have this doubt, now he's talking about himself. La wallahi. You can call me bro if you wanted to. That's not a problem. I know myself, I know my status. Now I'm talking about others who are higher in status, higher in age, and higher in knowledge. And they are trying to make them fall. Wallahi, because this alim said, and this is my understanding, and they go with this individual and that individual, and everybody they're talking about are all Salafis. No, be very careful. Don't let them hijack your manhaj for you. This is not the manhaj of Salaf al-Salih. Look at Imam bin Uthaymin, he's saying, warn against them. Ya akhwa, leave them. Don't learn from them. Don't learn from them. Leave them. Don't take a single word from them. Stay away and protect yourselves and those that are beloved to you. Allahumma ballaght. No. You're laughing, bro. Some people talk to me, they say, bro. Wallahi, they get to me, they come to me and they say, bro. what is this and that? Why don't you answer this, bro? I say, Subhanallah. Naam. يعني brother at the very least, huh? Brother, but bro. Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Naam.